have with us an inspiring woman whose story beautifully challenges the stereotype that women have to choose between career and motherhood. Meet Ms Sneha Yarla, a PhD scholar at Bits Pilani Hyderabad, who is proving that it's possible to excel in both your career and in your motherhood. Sneha is not just a researcher, she's a powerhouse of resilience and determination. After working in reputed roles like Senior Analyst at Arcesium and Business Analyst at Broadridge Financial Solutions, she made the bold decision to leave her corporate career to pursue her dream of a PhD. And as if that wasn't brave enough, she embraced motherhood for the second time during her first year of PhD. With a 9-month-old baby and a 6-year-old daughter, Sneha is living proof that women don't have to put their dreams on hold to raise a family. Her journey from a successful corporate professional to a full-time researcher while managing the demands of motherhood is nothing short of a remarkable. Along the way, she's shown that with determination, support, and a clear vision, women can break barriers, rewrite the rules society often tries to set us for. Sneha is also a UGC NET JRF qualifier with rich academic background, holding degrees from NMIMS and Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of Information Technology and Communication. Today we'll hear from her about how she navigates the challenges of being a mother and a full-time scholar at Bits Pilani Hyderabad. So let's welcome Ms Sneha Yarla to the podcast.
Hello, Sneha. How are you? Welcome to the podcast, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for having me. After a long time,
Yes.
it's nice to be here.
So I know your journey is very, very inspiring. I know when I was guiding you, then also I saw the hard work that you were putting in. And of course, today in the podcast, I'm sure the students are going to get really, really inspired by your journey, especially the females. Okay,
Yeah.
so my first question to you is, what you had a very flourishing corporate career. So how did you decide to take this leap? What inspired you to leave your flourishing corporate career and move to a full-time PhD?
Yeah. Doing a PhD was always in my mind, but I didn't know when to, take that leap. So I think during the COVID time, that was a time which made me introspect and think about shifting my career. So firstly, a corporate career. Also, corporate career is not for everyone because you have to dedicate a lot of time for it. And for me, it was mostly a work-life balance issue. So I couldn't dedicate my time with my kids, and it was getting difficult. And when the COVID hit, and it was the time for me to take that leap and shift my career. So that's how it happened. And after shifting, I was also not very clear is if that was the point I had to do PhD or I had to apply for a different job. But then again, I had to do some research on how to start understanding what is required for a PhD and what are the options that are available. And that was the point where you stepped in and you helped me with that journey. Yeah.
So, okay, and now you're happy. Then when we met, you had only one kid and now you have two. So it must be
Yeah.
even more difficult. So you are balancing, you're happy.
Yeah, it is it is difficult, but I have the help, my in-laws, my parents, both being at the same, city, it is manageable for me. So that's how I'm managing with the kids and my work.
Okay. Just now, at what stage of PhD are you? You've completed 2 years, so your
So
coursework
yeah,
is
I have completed, I completed my coursework and I have given my thesis proposal. So I'm working
okay.
on my thesis right now.
How tough is the coursework? Can you if you feel, can you share something about the coursework?
Yeah. So my area of research. So I am my career was in finance. So I have worked for in finance. So my research area is also in finance. So I wanted to do machine learning applications in finance. So for that, whatever coursework is required, I had to complete that. So it depends again in the about the area that you choose, because I had like a extensive career in finance. I didn't
Yeah.
do a lot of coursework,
Okay.
so it was very basic for me. But for other people who are coming without any background in industry or without any research experience, they had to do extensive coursework.
Extensive coursework. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So now, how do you balance your family life, your PhD? How much time are you giving to your PhD? I'm sure the students
yeah,
want to know this. They want to know how much time do we have to give every day to the PhD? How much time to the
yeah.
house? How do you balance all these things?
Firstly, you have to have some goals, like small goals in your mind that, this is the thing I have to complete by the weekend. So,
Mm.
depending on that, some days you might have lot of, some days your kids might be sick. So, based on that, you have to plan your week so that you will be able to complete whatever you have set for the weekend or some small goals that you have to achieve. So daily, as I would say, 6 hours, max of 6 hours is the time I give for my work. Apart
Okay.
from the household work and kids and all, so six
Okay.
hours is manageable for the work.
Okay. This includes the time that you go to the college also, because since you're a full-time scholar,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
because just
yeah,
to clarify to the students that she's not a part-time
yeah,
scholar. Again, so told this in the introduction.
yeah,
She's a full-time scholar. So a full-time scholar has
yeah.
to go to the university
Has
and take the
yes.
classes or do the assigned work. So she's saying,
Hmm.
including that, you dedicate at least 6 hours a day. And of course, for that, Bits
Yeah.
Pilani is giving you a monthly fellowship.
Yeah, so I am a JRF scholar, so
Oh, yes,
I get it from
you get your
UGC.
UGC net, right? So,
Yes.
okay. So 6 hours a day. So you set weekly goals and you ensure that in a week, whatever you've dedicated, you finish that
Yeah.
work.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's how you manage.
Yeah. Because you have to stay motivated. The first thing
Yes.
is you have to have that motivation to complete the work, and that always comes from within. Because
Yeah.
in corporate it is different. That there is someone always pushing you. It should come from within, and you have to set those um, goals for yourself.
Okay, yes, very rightly said. Probably you were saying that in corporate, goals are given by our bosses, but over here, we
Yeah.
have to set our own goals and keep
Yeah.
ourselves motivated, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, how has been your journey in Bits Pilani so far? So, it's been 2 years. What is
Yes.
your experience? How has the journey gone?
The journey so far was very good. I, I mean, I have a very good mentor, uh, and also the professors in the department are very helpful. We can approach them anytime if we need any, clarifications or doubts.
Mm.
And also my peers, there's a lot I learned from my peers, because the department is actually economics and finance department. So
Okay.
there are economic scholars and the finance scholars, also people who are working in some emerging areas like climate economics, energy economics. So you get to know different perspectives while interacting with them.
Okay.
And the college, we have a very huge campus, and the infrastructure, everything is very good. So far it is a very good experience with the college.
So when you go to the college now after the coursework, do you only go to the library and study, or you also give in some classes or some assignments for
Yeah,
the day?
So we have a dedicated room for the research scholars
Hmm,
where we
okay.
can plug in our laptops and read and do our work. Apart from the coursework and the thesis, also we get to do some to take some tutorials for our teach to the students also if the
Okay.
professors are absent. Yeah.
Okay. So this thing gives you a lot of teaching experience as well during your
Yes.
PhD days itself.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you're teaching the MBA students?
So there is no MBA in Hyderabad campus. So it is
Okay.
finance
Finance.
major for specialization for BTech grads. Yeah.
So these are postgraduate student.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what advice would you give to the people who are planning to start their PhD journey?
Firstly, you have to think about what is the area that you want to go into, because once you go into that area again, it is very difficult to move to a, I mean, uh,
Another area.
because your thesis will be like for 3 4 years, and you don't want to waste your time if you don't like that particular area.
By area, you
So
mean the topic, the final
uh,
top broad
yeah, so
area
for
of what?
example, if yeah, so if for management students specifically, suppose is it marketing, is it or any specific area in marketing, digital marketing, or what is that particular area that you want to do your research in, and also read a lot about that
Mm,
area before. That would be very helpful.
mm,
And again, if you can prepare for UGC net. That would be, I mean, that is not required for all the colleges, but
mm.
yeah, that is, it's
It is
good to
helpful.
have. So if you have time, prepare for UGC net. And yeah, so you have to be very motivated for doing PhD. So it's not a 1 year, 2 year journey. So yeah, unless you are completely sure, yeah, completely sure, and you have done your research about it, then only jump into it. Yeah.
Okay. So you should have that passion for PhD because you have to self-motivate yourself in this entire journey. And only if you feel you have the passion
Yes.
and the
Yeah.
dedication to continue for 4 to 5 years,
Yes.
then only you should embark on this journey.
Yeah. So in the interview, also in the all the PhD interviews, what they check is, are you motivated? Do you have that passion for research? So that is the most important thing that they look at.
Okay. 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 And
Yeah.
yes, of course, that is a very big necessity when you're doing a PhD because nobody is going to call you up to say, do your work. You have to motivate
Yeah.
yourself to get up every day and read research papers and do your thing.
Yes.
Coming to research
Yeah.
papers, have you started writing any research paper? Are you given any target like you have to publish so many papers? Have you been told that?
So in our college, it is you have to publish before you submit the thesis. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
publish two papers, and I worked on one paper under my guide. So it's completed. It's up for review. So yeah,
Okay. Okay, Sneha, thank you so much for your time and your valuable
yeah,
inputs. Uh, if the students have any questions about Bits Pilani and you want to ask Sneha anything directly, you can always put
yes,
that in the comment section below. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to help you all. Thank you so much
yes,
once again. Your journey has been very, very inspiring. Females who normally get very I mean, firstly, to change this route from banking you to a full-time PhD, moving to academics was challenging. But and now
yes.
managing a family of two kids plus a PhD, that also full-time PhD must also be challenging. But you are doing a fantabulous job. Thank you so much for your time and for inspiring so many females and so many people around us. Best of
Thank you,
luck.
ma'am. Thank you for having me. I think I will inspire some, students who are watching this. And yeah, you can ask me any questions that you have. Yeah.
Yes, you must have already inspired the people who are watching it. I am so inspired by you, so I'm sure many students would be inspired, and probably somebody who was still terrified by PhD after watching your podcast, they will think about PhD now. So thank
Yeah.
you once again. I'm
Thank
sure we'd love to invite you once your PhD is over and to ask about your complete experience about your PhD. And best of luck for your PhD journey.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a
Okay,
lot.
bye.